Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas.
Thank you very much for watching.
Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. I don't know where to begin. I guess try to begin at the beginning. There's something called the ACP service passed by Congress here in the United States, and it's to the goal of legislation that was passed, by the Senate and the House and signed by the President. The goal is to make sure that everybody has internet, high-speed internet service, because the government feels that in today's society everybody everybody needs high-speed internet service, and I agree 100%. I agree 100% that that's the situation. So I wasn't one of the first people to sign up, but I signed up eventually when I tried to find more out about it, but in fact I did sign up early on, but I had to this location or something wasn't approved, or something wasn't approved, so I signed up, and through Spectrum Internet Service, I signed up, and it said, well, you'll be notified when it's available or something. And so back a few weeks ago, whatever, maybe a month ago, I logged in again to the ACP site, and right away it popped up that I was approved. And I guess I totally misunderstood how the program worked. I was paying, I forget how much, for internet service, high-speed internet service, and how much, and it was, I think, about $84 or something like that. I might be wrong. I have a little bit of a problem with money, remembering and stuff with money. So anyway, it says you're approved, and then so I called Spectrum or whatever, and I guess I told them that I needed high-speed internet. I think I was already getting high-speed internet. Mistake number one, I guess, or probably number 3 or 4 by the time I messed everything up. So, as you know, too, now this is separate. This is a separate issue, though. The Spectrum had difficulty doing whatever they were doing, and I really wasn't getting high-speed internet. And then I was told, well, they needed to send me a router, that I needed a router, and I never got the router. Also, when I log in, I think these are some separate problems. When I logged in, it was a thing pops up on their site saying, that you need to activate. So I clicked on activate, and it comes back, no, 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 not, click again. I click again, it comes back, nope, nope, not activated. So on the phone, I've been talking to these people, Spectrum, real nice people on the phone, and well, we don't know why this is, whatever. And then finally, one lady that I talked to, she says, "Oh, hang on a second." She says, "Okay, I just went over to the, I'm not sure if it's programming or what it was. Just went over there," and she says, "Yes, they see that what you're seeing, that's popping up, and that you click on activate and nothing happens." And she says, "But they said," and that's another, I don't know if it's programming or thing. I said, "Okay, they're going to take care of it right now for you, so you will not see that thing, and you won't have to click on that activation thing anymore." I still have to click on it. It's still there. Now anyway, I just called, Spectrum again. This time on the phone, of course. I just called again because, I was sent a bill. Now, my understanding was that the federal government was going to pay 30. No, my understanding was, and I'm guessing this is now incorrect. My understanding was that the government was going to pay to, the federal government was going to pay to all of these. There's more than one doing it, to all of these things. If you were in a position that I'm in, where they would pay the bill directly to, in this case, Spectrum, and that I would end up, I think now where this is heading, and that I would end up having to only pay $30 a month. And no, I just got, again, I got my bill for $79 a month or whatever. And I thought, well, so anyway, I called the billing number or whatever, and then the lady said, no. She said, that's correct. And I told her, by the way, so I said, I said, I did see, a month or so ago that ACP, I actually didn't know the letters for it or whatever. I said, I did see where ACP paid $30 of my bill, the bill. And she says, yes, that's the way it's supposed to be. And so I asked a few questions, and then I said, well, is there a federal number? And she said, oh yeah. And she gave me the number of ACP that I could call. And I call, and then they go through, okay, if you're calling about, such and such, press 1. If you're calling about, this, press 2, press 3, press 4. And I think it was like 5. Okay, if you're calling about your bill, and they, at the same time, they mentioned 3 or 4 other items, like number 5 was we can't help you type thing. So I pressed on number 5, and they said, then it said, if you're calling about a bill, we have nothing to do with the billing, and a few other things that just totally. So apparently I have totally messed up, and I'm guessing that this is what I did wrong. I'm getting ready to pay my Spectrum bill, $79 or whatever it is. But apparently, well, I know apparently the government did pay $30. But I mean, leaving a bill of $79. Oops. I think I actually, the, I think what I've actually done is raise my internet speed, and that I was only supposed to get a $30, reduction. And if I'd have got a $30, which I did, if I'd have got a $30 reduction, my internet service would have been, because a lady on the phone, she said, if you do away with your phone service, we have one phone line, internet service and one phone line. If you if you cancel the phone line, my ex-wife needs it. She is bedfast or wheelchair bound. She really can't see to use a cell phone or anything. And she needs it. She just needs it to talk to her kids, grown kids. And that's about to do a few things she needs to do, pay on an insurance policy and stuff like that. So it looks like what I did now. Let me recap here. Saying I wanted to increase the internet speed, I should have left it where it was, which would have been 400 down and 20 up. So I think they raised the speed of the internet, and they've paid $30 or whatever. I think the lady on the phone, not the ACP, but said that if I did away with the phone line that we had, and if I did away with the high speed, which you're seeing here, I think that my bill would have been, with the $30 paid that they pay, would have been like $59 or something like that. So now I've made a couple videos over this whole thing that are here someplace. If I can find them, I need to go in and either delete them where I talked about this, or put a link to this, say updated, look at this, because it looks like I'm going to be paying $79 a month, but it would have been higher, except I'm getting $30. It's going to be 79, but do you even follow what I'm talking about? Because I don't. I was up all night. I took an hour nap, and then I had to deal with this. Okay, I'm not gonna add anything more. I'm just gonna finish this finish this subject here. And if you're in the United States and you're going to deal with this ACP thing, I guess for you the best scenario would be if you didn't have internet, or if you had very low speed internet, and let's say that you had very low internet speed. You might be able to increase it a little bit, and get a little bit higher internet speed, and I think that'd be it. A little bit of, get internet and get a little higher speed, not 1 gig down, which I don't get. I'm getting about 800 down. So what I did is I kicked this up accidentally. So I guess this could help you, but just be careful, be smarter than what I am, and because I really didn't want to increase what I pay for internet, but I am, and so the government is helping me by paying $30 a month directly to Spectrum, or as a Charter. God damn. It's Spectrum. Anyway, beware. The thing that I thought was such a great deal is not that great of a deal. But I think it is for a bunch of people who really need help and who, don't want a gig down and don't want, 800 down and maybe are willing to get 400 down. If you have less than 400 down, this may be a good deal for you, but don't listen to Jim Howard when it comes to this. I don't think this thing has anything to do with my being 81 years old. I think it has to do with not very well presented, because what I was seeing was get much higher internet speed down. I should have known on that, and getting $30 off or something. So if I've misled you, I'm sorry. If you know of somebody who has done a good thing on this ACP program has a YouTube video, please put the link below, and I'll probably come back and maybe delete this and my others about this, or maybe I'll leave this so hey, don't make the mistake that I made or something like that. So thank you very much.